So hello friends, today we will be learning about the Gaussian naive Bayes algorithm, and I will be explaining you how this algorithm works and how you would be able to implement it from scratch. And apart from the algorithm, I would be also explaining you about the intuition and the reasoning behind the probabilistic decision theory that is being taken to develop this algorithm. And these small things like a probabilistic decision theory, these are the if and else of machine learning. So moving forward, now we need to know that uh, what is Bayes theorem first. So Bayes theorem basically states, if you have two event, suppose event A and event B. So here B is the prior and A is the posterior. So this will be equal to P of B given A times P of A divided by P of B. So this is Bayes theorem, which means that suppose if you have a dice, a 6-faced die, and this die is rolled and it's still rolling, and you have one more dice you are having, and this has stopped. So this is dice B, and this is dice A. So if you have spotted sorry, this is A and this is B. Okay, so here in this case dice B has stopped and it has yielded 1 as a result. So in this case what you notice is that here B is equals to 1, and you have to find that what is the probability that this dice will be having 5 on the top. That is, here you will be having 1 2 3 4 and 5. What is the probability that there is 5 on the top on dice A? So this you have to compute. So these two events are independent of each other. So this will be equal to probability of B equals to 1 and A equals to 5 times probability of A equals to 5 times divided by probability of B equals to 1. So in this case, what the value of probability of B equals to 1, that is the value of the dice is 1 and A equals to 5. So this will be 1 comma 5, and the size of the sample space is 36 in this case. So it will be 1 divided by 36 times P of A equals to 5. So here P of A equals to 5 will be 1 by 6 divided by P of A equals to 1. P of A equals to 1 is 1 by 6. Okay, so this is P of A equals to 1. Sorry, there is a writing mistake. So here this and this will get cancelled and this will yield 1 by 36. So here we have discussed what Bayes theorem is. So here we notice that P of A comma A given B has occurred is equals to P of B given A has occurred, because these two events are independent of each other. So this is basically a special case of this. So now we will be moving to our next topic, that is what is the use of probabilistic inference in a Gaussian naive Bayes. For example, you are having given sets of parameters, that is you are having an input x, and it has value of x1, x2, x3, and so on up till xn, and your sample space size is equal to 1, 2 or 3. So it could be 3 classes. Here 1 could mean buy 1 drink, buy chocolate, and buy Fanta. Okay. Okay, the first drink is a drink which is an alcohol, and the second case is a chocolate, and the third case is a Fanta. So these are the variables that are going to determine that you are going to buy a particular product or not. So suppose the problem statement is you need to find out the probability that the person has bought a chocolate, that is the outcome is 2, given you are having the values of the parameters x1, x2, x3 up till xn. So this is going to be p of x1, x2, x3 up till xn, given outcome is 2 multiplied by probability of outcome being 2 divided by probability that you are having all these parameters with you. So when you compute this, you are going to get what is the probability that the person will buy a chocolate, given you are having these 4 parameters. So now what you need to do is that you need to compute the values of these parameters. So here in this case, this value is called the class probability. We call it class probability. And this is called the distribution. Actually, the Gaussian distribution for outcome equals to 2, and this is the probability that you have all data points. So if you want to compute the probability that the outcome will be 2, that is the person has bought a chocolate, and you are given these many parameters, and so here we will be making use of the Bayes theorem, and where this thing is the class probability. This is the uh, Gaussian distribution in which we will be fitting the values of our these many variables, and this is the probability that you are having all the data points. So this is generally equal to 1 in most of the cases, but it will be less than 1 if you are having some missing values. If you are having missing values, it will be less than 1. So now moving further, now we need to find the value of the a Gaussian distribution. So what a Gaussian distribution is? So a Gaussian distribution is also called normal distribution, and its graph looks something like this. So here you are having the mean. This is your 1 sigma, that is the first quartile, and this is your 2 sigma, that is your second quartile, and this is your 2 sigma, that is the second quartile on the right hand side, and here you are having the mean. So this sigma is also called as the standard deviation. So in short we write it STD dev. So if you want to know that how many distance away the particular variable is from the mean, you need to compute the value of the standard deviation in this case, or that particular standard deviation is known as the z-score or the z-score, that is given by x minus mu divided by sigma. Here mu is the global average, and this is your frequency, and this is the value of your parameters. So all params. In this case what you do is that for a single variable you are having the Gaussian distribution that is given as for the given input variable. You need to find that how that what is the probability that this input variable will fit into your data. So for that you need to have the value of the mean of your data set and the standard deviation of your data set. So you need to have these two values. So in simple case it is going to be 2 pi root under 2 pi sigma times e to the power minus x minus so it is 1 by 2 times x minus mu divided by sigma ka whole square. So this is going to give you the normal distribution in case of a single variable, and in case of multiple variables like in our case that is the chi. So it is basically a vector that is x1 x2 x3 से लेकर xn. Okay, so this is the value of mu, and you are also having the value of the sigma. Here sigma becomes the summation time. So what is sigma here? It is basically your covariance matrix. And its value is given as, I will be writing it in the next page. given all the values of the parameters, and you are having your mu and your sigma. It is going to be 1 by root under 2 pi determinant of your covariance matrix. This is here your sigma is a matrix, and the mod sign represents the determinant of that matrix, and it is going to be minus 1 by 2 x minus mu times inverse of your sigma times x minus mu transpose. So this is going to give you your multivariate Gaussian distribution, and you need to find that how will your data point a particular data point fix into each distribution. So now coming back to the previous page, see, this is going to tell you how well your given sets of point is going to fit into the distribution. This tells you that what is the probability that the value of the class is 2, which means so this also indicates that how frequently the class is found in the whole data set. That is the class probability divided by the probability that your data set is complete and there are no missing values. So what you do is that here the value of p out equals to 2 will be n2 p out equals to 1. So this is going to be mu2. Mu2 is the average of the set of your parameters that are found in the class 2 equals to n1 and it goes on. How many classes are there in your data set? So the algorithm to find the value of your the algorithm for the Gaussian naive Bayes classifier will be, for first example, so in the algorithm is as you will start to iterate through each and every class value for I in classes, and then you will be finding the value of p of class I, that is going to be your sigma of x. Now how you will be finding the value of this mu and sigma? So there are certain libraries in your NumPy library. NumPy, so there you are having the functionality to find the average. One simple technique is that you can simply do np dot sum of your of a particular class, where x is a value of all those parameters that belong to a particular class divided by the length of that class. So this is going to give you the average, and there are similar classes in the NumPy library for finding the value of your covariance matrix. So I urge you that you go out there and Google yourself and see that how can you implement it yourself using the NumPy library to find the value of this sigma. and after you found this, then you are having some sets of priors that have been given you, that have been given to you. So this is your prior. It has been provided to you before. You have to find the probability of the prior. So now what you do is that here you set max res equals to 0. Okay, in this case, for example. So and here class answer is also equals to 0, means initially. So if the value of your now what you need to do is that you need to compute the value of now you need to compute this value. After you have computed this value, if the value is greater than max res, what you need to do is that you need to put class answer equals to I, and you have to come out of the loop and just print the value of. Okay, so shit, I forgot to do one thing. Shit, fuck. And now when you have got the result of this, so it is basically going to be a multi-dimensional matrix, and what you need to do is that you need to find the summation along all the rows and columns of the negative log likelihood of this val that you have computed here. Okay, now you computed this. Now if your val is greater than your maximum class probability, that is the maximum result that you have seen till now. So here max res will be equal to val, okay, val and class, and your class answer, that is to which class this belongs, is going to be I. And now you have to come out of the loop and just print the value of class answer. Hope you find this video enlightening and it has provided you with some insight and intuition. Okay, so bye for now. We'll see you after many days because I will be busy for the time being and this channel is new. Probably the first few viewers are going to be my friends, and so bye bye and good night.